Hi there, I'm Dr. Lisa Bogue, and I'm here today to help to start free you up from the tyranny of anxiety in your life so that you can get on with living your life and making the contribution that you're here to make in the world. You may have already tried the moment of peace meditation that I sent you, which helps you to disconnect from all the chaos of the outer world and start to tune in to a place inside where you're connected to your peace and your power. You may have also tried the box breathing meditation technique that I gave you, which just helps to regulate the breathing, to start to release tension from the breath and the body, and it helps to increase the oxygen that's flowing in the blood, which immediately makes us feel more calm than when we're in that really revved up place or we're not getting a deep enough breath. Today, what I would like to do is to help free you up from 3 really common and I think destructive myths around anxiety in our society. So the first myth is that if you have anxiety, you're all alone. And I know a lot of us feel that way. We feel like no one else really experiences that or understands or is limited by it in the way that we are. But I want you to know that it's not true. That the incidence of even diagnoses of anxiety is really high. It's about a third of the population. But even beyond that, everybody experiences anxiety at some point or another, whether or not they've gone to the doctor or gotten a diagnosis. So it's important to know that you're not alone. You're not the only one that's struggling in this way. The second thing that I think is really important to know is that if you're struggling with anxiety, it doesn't mean that you're broken. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. And there are people that think of it that way, but I think it's so not helpful and so not even true. When we're experiencing anxiety, what's happening is that our fight or flight system has been activated. Now, this system developed in our bodies as a way of dealing with being chased by a bear. And when you're being chased by a bear, it makes a lot of sense. You want a lot of blood going to your skeletal muscle. You want your vision to be very acute. You want your heart rate to be revved up and your breathing to be revved up so that you can run or climb or whatever you need to do. That makes total sense. The problem is that in our society now, most of our stress is not of that variety. Most of our stress is more interpersonal stress. And when that's happening, what would really help is if we could access the problem-solving part of our brain and come up with creative solutions and help ourselves remember what's really going on. But that's not what happens, because the fight or flight system actually turns off that thinking, creative part of our brain, because you don't need that when you're being chased by a bear. So, experiencing anxiety doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It means that your fight or flight system is trying to respond to stress the best way it knows how, but it's just not helpful anymore. And so that's not going to be the solution. Which brings me to the third myth. The third myth is that there's nothing you can do about anxiety, that that's just how you are, and that you're just going to have to live that way. And I've talked to so many people who've been told things like that, and it's just not true. And it's not a very fun way to live. And so I want you to know that there are so many things, so many ways that you can approach anxiety. I've spent the last 20 years learning from all different kinds of teachers, traveling all over the world to see how different people think about healing and about illness and about how we can be in the best frame of mind possible in our lives. And there's so much that we can do. There's so much out there that's actually really helpful. So what I've done is I've developed a course to teach some of those things, some of the processes, but also some ways of thinking about anxiety and relating to it that are different. That instead of thinking of anxiety as this horrible illness or stigma that you have to hide or pretend isn't there or be so embarrassed about, that maybe it's a messenger, that it might have something to tell us about something going on in our life. And that you can actually learn from anxiety. You can learn what it's there to tell you, and you can manage it in so many ways. So be on the lookout for the email that describes this course so you can see if that's a fit for what you're looking for right now. If not, no worries. Then I hope that this video has been helpful in inviting you to break through some of the unhelpful paradigms that we struggle with in our society, and in inspiring you to think about anxiety in a new way and to look for real solutions. I'm looking forward to connecting with you again soon. Bye.